Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Starship Rampage. It is a bullet hell shoot 'em up with construction abilities and a pretty cool soundtrack with some relatively nice art style here. It is by Ballistic Frogs. If you follow my live streams, you'll know that I've played about 2 hours of this on a live stream, roughly 2 hours. And since then, there's been some patches to it. I'm going to start over from the very beginning so you can see what it looks like, and then give you some ideas as to other things that go on with the game in a little bit, later stages. But for right now, we have a little bit of scrap that we can spend, but I'm not going to spend any right now. We're just going to go right into the game. We're going to exit hyperspace. Recomputing Earth coordinates. Primary objective, reach Earth. Multiple threats detected. Secondary objective, gather new technology to upgrade myself. Intercepting galaxy-wide broadcast. A rogue AI from Interstellar War 3417 has been detected. Activate emergency defense fleet. Analyzing message. Failure. Not enough context. Rating systems for normal space re-entry. So, as it says on the tin, we are rampaging. We're a psycho ape AI trying to get home and doing it by any means necessary, which means rampaging across the people that we are supposed to protect at some point. It does have some rogue-like elements to it. So, namely, you've got this huge star map here with various places to go. I just swept my arm across the screen and you couldn't see it. So there you go. That was my invisible Vanna White. And along the way, you will get coordinates of upgrades that you can go visit. Each one of these nodes has different threat level on it, as you can see, easy, medium, and stuff. And as we get later on into the game, a fleet will start to chase us, and we'll need to keep moving forward. But we're not quite there yet, so let's take the threat level medium guy, and we'll exit hyperspace here. And here's where the shooty part comes. Now down the bottom you can see that there's space for various specials and other things. I have not gotten far enough in the game to really take advantage of that too much. But we also have, that's a little data piece we just collected there. You gotta hover over them for a couple seconds to collect them. The little green icons, all the shiny gold things here are scrap. You want scrap. Scrap is the thing that will you use to both repair yourself and to make new upgrades when you get back into the build menu. The little green things that you see occasionally are just repair boosts. It does say it there. One of the nice things I like about the game is you can see these little, if you're keeping an eye out for it, you can see like little transmissions that the ships make, like hey, we're engaging the fleet, or please follow us for debriefing and all that stuff. So it gives it a nice little extra, zoom, a little extra oomph to the world, to the universe that is being built. It's kind of cool to see that. And the game does get pretty hard relatively fast. Now, a recent patch just came out after my live stream. It came out today or yesterday actually. And it says as part of the patch notes that they've addressed some of the balancing issues in the game. Later on, it does get a little bit, as I found out in the live stream, it does get quite a bit unbalanced to the point where I couldn't progress any further in the game, and it felt like things that I was getting through early in the game here, like threat levels that were just hard as opposed to dangerous or whatever, or red, they suddenly became almost impossible for me to get through. Like I hit a brick wall early in, or about 2 hours in. So hopefully they've addressed some of that, well as a few other little things here and there. Now, one thing you'll notice, if you're paying attention down in the left-hand bottom corner of the screen there, my ship has targeted damage. So as I take damage, only certain sections of the ship will take damage. And then we'll slowly repair. We have repair bots that go out and repair us using scrap that we've collected. And we've got a boss battle coming up here. And that is cool. I like that because it does make it a little bit interesting, because you might lose your parts of your weapons for a brief time period while they're getting repaired, especially later on when you have a lot more weapons and you're firing missiles and all that stuff. So the target damage is nice there. What I don't like is that these bosses and other ships don't appear to also have targeted damage. Like, it'd be really nice if, I could shoot some of the weapons off of this guy or some pieces off of this boss, but that is not how that works, unfortunately. And you do take massive damage from getting hit from ramming stuff, which is a bit cheaty later on in the game when bosses will just run right up to you and just hit you for massive damage. The other thing you'll probably notice, and it's hard to tell at least from this boss battle, but these damn bits and pieces lying around here. The bosses themselves don't have a whole lot of patterns. They said that they've added a few more boss patterns to the game, which is good. But it was, I played about 2 hours before, and I was getting the same boss pattern every single time. Like, every boss was doing the same exact moves, the same exact way, and it gets a little bit old after a while. Most of these moves I've seen at some point as well. So, but, as long as if you're going to have a boss battles and stuff like that, you really do, especially, I know it's procedurally generated or randomized or whatever technical term you want to use for it. But you still need to be careful not to present the same thing. Oh, okay. That wasn't good. All right, that's the first time I've died on the first mission there. I'm sorry. It's just now that I'm commentating, and I had to actually. Full disclosure, I was scratching my nose there. I had taken my hands off the keyboard, and that was a bad mistake. But yeah, it's. You really do need to make sure you have enough random boss patterns to make it so that you're not getting bored by seeing the same patterns over and over and over again. Now, the bosses themselves are different. The boss ships themselves are different. But a lot of times they'll follow very similar patterns. So that's not that great. We got some new data there acquired. And this guy is on this crazy pattern that kills me. And we got all these guys here. Now, down the bottom is your power meter. You'll hear occasionally a bloop. That means that we're low. And then when I stop firing, it will recharge, and it gives like a higher pitched sound, which is very cool because it means that I can, even without looking at the bar, which is, my eyes are anywhere but the bottom of the screen right now. Even without looking at the bar, I can tell when I'm low on power and when I've fully recharged just by listening for the sounds. And so far so good here. We got some chain kills going. We can kill a bunch of those guys. You'll see that sometimes I do, even though I kill the ships, I don't destroy them entirely. They end up floating along as debris because they're derelict. That becomes a bit of a problem later on when game's just throwing 9,000 things at you at once. You end up taking most of your damage just from running into things. And between that and asteroids and icebergs and everything else the game can throw at you. There we go. So far so good. Alright, we're keeping pace here. Trying to still be somewhat good at the game and not and commentate at the same time. Alright, that guy there. Kill him. Go. We're low on power again. There's a repair boost. But like I was saying earlier, it would be really nice if you could do targeted damage on these guys, because that would make it a little bit more interesting to play, especially with the bosses. Now, I could see it not doing it for the mooks, but doing it for the bosses would make for some interesting things here. Man, we took a lot of hits that time. See, they do get you into a bit of a corner if you're not careful. The other thing is that the bosses do take damage from debris, which is good for you because if you can push debris their way, that helps. But it also makes it so that I actually had one boss encounter during the live stream towards the end, where the boss literally destroyed itself by just running into all the debris that was on the screen. So it is, as much as I enjoy a cheap a cheap death, sometimes it can be a bit of a problem for the way the AI behaves in the game. And then as you can see, we get the boss rage meter. So that basically means the more you damage the boss, the more likely they will start going faster and being more furious. And then eventually they will be destroyed. Eventually. It just takes a bit of time, and I need to stop getting hits. I really need to stop getting hit. As you go along, I'll show you this when we get into the build menu. You get that little health, like heart thing that I picked up earlier on, increases the health of your bridge, basically, or whatever you want to call it, your AI compartment. And as long as your AI compartment survives, your ship will continue functioning. But that helps to give you more survivability to your actual ship. And there's all kinds of upgrades that will happen once we get back to base here. And alright. Yeah, the boss is very furious here, very, very furious. Now. And we're almost to the point where we're going to destroy. There's no... I mean, there is a visual indication, like you can see like explosions coming off it and stuff, but it's not... Oh, and the game cheats. Like I said, I am not a fan of games that rely on... Of games where... It's not that it's relying on it. I'm not a fan of games that will allow the AI to basically ram you like that. Like that was, I mean, that was a very cheap death, and I was doing pretty well there. It's just that I got caught behind the AI as it was coming back to base, or back to its first phase or starting point or whatever you want to call it. And that only gets worse as the game goes on. Like, it doesn't get any better. I mean, you might look at that and you might shrug it off as being just a one and done thing, but no. As the game goes on, these guys, it throws so many guys at you and they go so fast that they end up just kamikazing you to death. And that's not fun. That's not the type of game that is a lot of fun to play, honestly, for me anyway. Maybe others are okay with it, but if you have ever seen my playthrough of Star Crusader, that game used to really tick me off in that respect, because that was another game that would rely on ships just doing kamikaze runs on you, and that's a 3D game, to get cheap kills and cheap damage in, and that's I do not like that. I do not like that one bit. It's one thing to have kinds of debris and stuff on the screen, that's fine. But when the boss can basically run up to you, and this has happened a couple times in the stream, where the boss will just run straight up into you and just damage the hell out of you, Just do like a full-on, full frontal, ramming speed thing on you. Okay, we finally got past that guy. Sorry about that. I don't usually cut away in these side quest videos, but man, I was sucking pretty bad there, and I needed to just take a break and try not to commentate and actually get through that. Alright, so our life section's upgraded to level 2. That is our AI section that has been upgraded to level 2. We have 1 coordinate acquired for new technology. And there is our score. We got all the loot on the level, which is nice. So we got, here's the data cores that we picked up. Low quality plasma cannon, and a next gen Zorbium generator, level 2. All right, that's good. I can use that. That was an epic level thing. All right, so now I can show you some more of the game here. If I go into construction mode. All right, so here we go. So this is where the game gives you that ability to customize and adapt and grow as you can. So first things first, I would like to take that energy that we just did. That's so if I hold down, you see the little lightning bolts here. These are our generators. So if I hold S down on that, it will select all the things that are generators, and then I can hit X to go to the menu, and we'll go to equipment, and we will pick the first one on there and say upgrade all. There we go. We spent some scrap and now we're totally upgraded there as far as that is concerned. You can see these are now level 2. Alright, I can hit C twice to get all that unselected. I should add some more of these energy accumulators probably, because we're going to be generating a lot more energy than what we had before. So what I'm going to do is go X, and I'm going to say, not that one. I'm gonna, actually, I could do copy. Let's do copy. We'll just copy this guy here and here, so we don't have to go through too much trouble there. We've got that, and then if I go and do we get any equipment as far as anything else goes here? We got some low quality plasma cannons and regular plasma cannons, which regular plasma cannon looks like it does better. Well, it does slightly less DPS, but it's got better bullet speed. So we can actually click on that guy, and I can say upgrade all, and that should upgrade all of my plasma cannons, hopefully. Yes, it looks like it has. Good. All right, we're running low on the scrap, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be able to show you everything, but I can go sections here. Here's all the different sections I can add to my ship, various different shapes and sizes, so that you can make the kind of ship that you really want to see. But the numbers inside there tell you how many squares are in there, and these are not like individual squares, right? It's not like I made the mistake of putting like a 3 square down here because this one's 3, but you can only put in the 3 thing. You can only put 1 thing per section. So even though you can put stuff that takes a size that's size 2, like these, like the energy accumulators or the guns, you can put them in a size 3 thing, but then that other slot is wasted. Like you can't double it up. So you got to be mindful of how you're doing it. So I don't want the 3 there. I want the sections, and I want 2. I want to come up here and rotate it and go like that. And we'll put 1 down here and here and there. All right, we're low on the scrap, unfortunately. Let's see if I can. Let's get those unselected, and let's see if I can at least put a weapon in here, maybe. No, I don't have enough scrap for them. Well, that sucks. All right, I do need more weapons, but I used my stuff for the energy storage, which is also equally as important. But all right, we've got what we can here. But I can put the weapons in there, and then as you put weapons in the slots, it will ask you, what button you want to press to do it. If you want to do a different button than your space bar, that's for later on when you have missiles and stuff. You can map them to different keys. I can also go down to existing ones, and I can change the mapping on these guys if I want to. You can see bind keys, or I can sell, so on and so forth. So just things to keep in mind. All right, I think we're done here. Also, if you leave anything outside the grid that's not connected to the ship, it will just automatically refund those to you, so don't have to worry too much about that. Alright, and we will leave this, and we will leave hyperspace. My sensors have detected a massive fleet behind me, analyzing chances of victory in case of direct confrontation. 0.00001%. Result conflicting with rule number 3. I must protect my existence as long as such protection does not conflict with rules number 1 and number 2. Searching for rule 1, rule not found. Searching for rule 2, rule not found. Computing strategy, retreat. So yes, the 3 rules of AI from Asimov. And since I've been failing so horribly at the game, the fleet is now on my tail. It normally I would have gotten a little bit further than this before the fleet would start showing up, but yeah, that is what's happened there. So let's go to maybe an easy threat level right now, just for the moment, because it looks like this over here will give us a deflector energy shield, which I would really like. I've never had a deflector shield yet in the game, so that is the little thing that we unlocked at the location that we unlocked. It was a little like light bulb that you picked up along the way. So we'll move along to that way, and then we'll pick up more of those locations as we go along, and then we can pick which way we want to go to. But for right now, we're going to stick with what we've got. And doing a lot more damage, and I've got a lot more power now. My power is even just barely going down, which is good. I can use that, as much scrap as we can from this run. What I'd really like, and I've tried to get this in previous runs, is there's a tractor beam that you can pick up that will actually, vacuum up all the scrap for you, and that is quite useful, but it is quite difficult to obtain, as most things are. So that I would love to have, but probably not going to get that during this little review that I'm doing. Alright, there's new data acquired. That's what I was saying earlier. That will show something else on the map. Another location on the map that I can go to get some upgrades, if I can make it there. Okay, we are low on power. These guys out of there. Oops. Okay, yeah, now we're taking lots of damage. So I keep running into people. Kill all those. Kill all these little gnats down here. Try to get rid of those things. So far, so good. Alright, the white data cube also is an upgrade that we can get right away for our ship. That'll be in the build menu when I go to do it. And of course, the white one's there's a green one, I think, that's like green level stuff, which just follows kind of the patterns that other like RPGs do, with green weapons, white weapons, and purple are like the epic weapons, or not even weapons. They could be upgrades, epic upgrades. So shields or power or whatever. Maybe not shields, but power and repair bots and all that stuff. Alright. Doing a lot better this time because it's on easy now, which is fine by me. I just want to make sure I get enough of this gameplay that you can really see a good cross section of it without having to sit through a 2-hour live stream where I moan and groan about the keyboard mappings and stuff. Alright. And let's this thing, you gotta be careful too. When they hit these asteroids, they will knock them into you, and of course they will do lots of damage, as they tend to do. Of course, when they seem to give me a lot of small bosses, which are, as you can imagine, extremely difficult to hit. Maybe that's why I'm having such a hard time this run through. I don't know. Every run has been a little bit, ever so slightly different as far as difficulty levels go. Okay. Other than that, I like I'm not usually a shooter kind of guy, but as of late I'm seeing a bunch of them pop up, and I have played shooter games like this in the past. I remember playing a game called Jets and Guns I don't remember what that... I only remember bits and pieces of the game. Like, I don't remember what the game looked like or anything like that. I just remember it had an awesome soundtrack, and it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I don't usually play these things all the way through to the end, but that game I actually played all the way through to the end. And, you know, of course, I've played, on a channel update, I played Raptor Call the Shadows. Another game back from my DOS days that I played a lot of, but I never actually got to the end of, because it got balls difficult along the way. But it has, you know, upgrades like this game does. Not, you don't change the shape of your ship, but you do change, like, your equipment on your ship, and you get shields and other things of that nature. Alright, this is... Ooh, okay. Okay. Alright. Now he's really raging out on me. So we're getting close here, hopefully. Oh, see, that right there. That's what I'm talking about with the cheatiness. Like, he just stuck there to my front to do as much damage as he could. And that I am not appreciative of. That is not how you make your games hard. Make your games hard by making the AI competent, not just run into you whenever it feels like it. Alright. And again, it's still the same, like, it's still the same boss pattern. You know what I mean? It's not really... This is the exact same thing we saw from the first boss. I mean, that's I guess my one major complaint here is that once you've fought one boss, you've pretty much fought them all. They all follow very similar, in fact, the exact same pattern. Like this guy's doing the exact same thing the other guy did when he got enraged. Damn this freaking thing, man. Okay, and well, it's gotta be close here. Okay, at some point, we will crack this damn shell here. And a lot of damage too. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Yeah, we're not gonna make it out of this. Oh, we did. Okay. Jeez Louise. That took forever and a day. We were very, very close to death there. I can now decode hull plating. Excellent. I've never had hull plating before, so that'll be good. And one more coordinate was acquired. Excellent. Alright, and now we've got a choice between data cores. Do I want crude repair bots or hull plating? I want hull plating. And then what are called buffered plasma cannon level 2 or the engine? Let's take the plasma cannon. The engine will be good for right now. That we have. And we got some scrap to work with, which will always be useful. So what did we get in the way of equipment? We got right, we got the hull plating. Protects the section using power. Oh, protects the section using power. Ooh. Ooh. I'm not really a fan of that because I need that power for other things. But I can see what they're doing there. So that would be good for our AI area, probably. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's unselect that guy. Let's select this one. Equipment. Oh, it won't let me. It won't let me do it there. I didn't think it would. I didn't think it would. All right. So that said, yeah, I don't really need that then because I would rather spend my scrap on more weapons, honestly. So we'll do equipment here. And what do we got? We've got our energy projectiles, plus 90% cooldown. So they take longer to cool down. But they do 15% more damage. Alright. Yeah, let's put that, place that there. And here's why I was saying about having it, you can map it to a different key, which I am, since these guys have a long cooldown, should I map them to a different key? Nah, you know what, let's map them to spacebar, just like everything else. They'll just fire at a shorter, yeah, they'll just fire at a different rate, that's all. That's all there is to that. And we'll put one here as well. That one, replace section, make that spacebar. Alright, good. And then I can leave these ones up front for missiles. Well, you know what, I could put something on there now. Why not? Why not? Why wait? What we got here? Energy projectiles. Level 2. Level 2. What is that? Minus 10% cost. Minus 5% damage. Let's take that guy and replace that section. And we'll just do that. Good. And then one more down here. And like I said, it's a little bit interesting trying to navigate the menus sometimes. You gotta be, it's like C and X and V and all kinds of weird stuff. But it works, and I'm not complaining here. I guess, do I have an upgrade for this? What did I have an upgrade for? Yeah, I already upgraded that. Energy accumulator level 1. Which we have enough accumulated energy, I think. So I'm not too worried about that. Alright, let's just go with what we got here. And see what we can do. And away we go. The enemy fleet is very close. If I fail, it will catch up with me and I will be terminated. Conflict with rule number 3. I must protect my existence as long as such protection does not conflict with rule not found and rule not found. Okay. Yeah, they are extremely close. So we need to put a little bit of distance between us if we can. All these are threat level hard, which is about par for the course. So yeah, that's going to be off limits next turn, it says. Which means if I fail this and I get knocked back here, we're going to have the fleet on our tails. What is training missile launcher? I still want to go towards the energy deflector shield, so let's do that.
Getting ready.
Our newfound weapons. Go. Good. We've still got plenty of energy now. I mean, it's taking a long time to go through the energy. So that's always a good sign. And I'm not getting too many shots in edgewise here, but we do have some data acquired here. We can acquire, I should say. Yeah, I gotta stop ramming these guys. Really gotta stop ramming these guys. Of course, now they've got their own energy shields. As you can see, we're running into those now. That's why I really want my own energy shield. Counteract these bastards and their upgraded technologies. Leaving me here as a bastard of an old, forgotten war. Ouch. Oh, that dropped something there, and then this guy is going to be a pain in my neck until I destroy him. Another data location, it looks like. Like I said, the game is not shy about throwing stuff at you far faster than you could ever possibly acclimate to it. And more data. Excellent. See if we can get through this in one piece, maybe. Possibly. Alright, got all that. And more data acquired there. Got some repair boost that I didn't really need at that point, but I usually take it anyway, just in case, because usually repairing some kind of damage along the way. That is my MO. And so far so good. Doing... Oh, and my energy is depleted there. Alright, grab that. These guys. And we're back up to the boss now. Alright. It was a little bit shorter, it felt like. I think they're all the same length, but it just felt like that one was a little bit shorter. And we got a bigger boss. So it might be a little bit easier to hit him. Alright, and we did that guy in relatively easy compared to the rest of the bosses. But again, that boss had all the same patterns as all the rest. If there's one thing that's hamstrung this entire game, it's probably that. The energy accumulator, plasma cannon. I think the energy accumulator we should take. Engine and plasma cannon and hull plating, persistent repair bots. We can upgrade our repair bots, that'll be good. And why does it keep giving me like the same things over and over again here? Optimize generator level 4. Optimize hull. I think the optimized generator is what we want. Alright, well, I think that'll do it for my look at Psycho Starship Rampage. It is by Ballistic Frogs, as I said. It is, I believe, fully released out on Steam. It is not an early access game. It is out there and it is, you know, being patched fairly regularly so far. And it's, if you're into the shooty bang bangs, this might be up your alley. But again, if you are into them because of the varied boss battles and stuff, you're going to be a little bit, well, you're going to be very disappointed if you're looking for varied boss battles at the moment. But there you go. There you have it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.